Alright guys, so what's going on? Bringing you another video. So today is kind of the same topic that I've been covering the last few videos on where to begin with the Coyote swap and the parts that you need. So a few of you commented on the last video and were wondering what were the main parts that you need for the swap. So we're gonna dive into that today for just a quick little video for that. So the first thing you definitely need is, if you are doing a Fox body or a SN95 Mustang or New Edge, you definitely need a return style fuel system, because the newer Mustangs are a return style fuel system and they are not the non-returnless like the older ones. So where do they sell it? Well, there is a company called Lethal Performance where I got mine, but you have other companies called FORE. They make a really good kit, lines and stuff like that. They include everything. What I'm running is a twin Walbro fuel pump system from a Division X hat, and the brand for the lines, I believe, are Division X. I paid about $1,300 for the entire system. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you install it, you take out your old fuel hat and everything, and you hook the lines up to where it comes to the front of the engine, where they include the fuel pressure regulator gauge and all that. So Aeromotive and AEM, Affinity, they all have them, I'm sure, like that. So there's some freaking air in here. It is hot as hell. So that is one main thing you definitely need. Another is, it is a little pricey, but it's what you got to do for the swap. So, and another is, well, there's a company called Powered by the Hour, and Powered by the Hour is located in Florida, and they have a shop where they they make their own stuff, and they'll test fit it on their cars. They have a Coyote swapped supercharged, I believe it's either a 98 or maybe a 99, I can't remember if it's a New Edge or the rounder body, but it's a very clean car, and they have the brackets for you to be able to run a power steering a power steering rack from the 4.6 or the Fox body, and where you retain your power steering if you aren't doing a manual rack. Flaming River has a good manual rack for guys that don't want to run the power steering. You can also retain your AC. A lot of guys do that. So a lot of people are kind of getting into where they're able to run AC now with these swaps or whatever. So, and the other thing is your alternator. So you can run a 4.6 alternator or a Coyote alternator. They have both brackets. They just came out with the Coyote alternator plate kit about a year ago or so, and it allows you to run the Coyote alternator, because the alternator is going to be spun around backwards for it to be able to work with the Coyote if you have the 4.6. Now, I've run both. I've ran the 4.6, and the Coyote is the new one, so I prefer the Coyote because I blew a lot of 4.6 alternators up. It's a common issue that I'm not sure, but hey, why not spend the extra money and put the right alternator with the right motor? So another thing that you should definitely do, I've said it before, is get a tune for these cars. Whether you're NA or of course boosted, you want a tune, but even NA, so the whole thing about even getting tuned is a lot of guys are not able to fit the cold air intake box into the engine bay. Now, I have seen one or two. I'm not sure how they do it. Maybe a custom, piping with the box to be able to fit. But these cars, from videos I've seen and tuners explaining, these cars are really sensitive. The mass airflow is really sensitive for these cars, especially the 15 to 17. I have a 16 crate motor, so you can imagine it's really sensitive with the airflow. So I've seen guys somehow fab up a heat shield, stuff like that, kind of like a custom one. If they go, just get some sheet metal or whatever, make it all pretty and crap like that if you want. So that's another thing. That's the thing that I want to do. When it comes to like what you can use 4.6 wise or Fox body wise, I guess you can run the 4.6 radiator. You will have to custom fab a lower radiator hose. I ran an upper Coyote radiator hose though, so that worked like a charm. The one that they sent in the control pack factory, if you don't, just go to AutoZone or something. I'm sure they sell them for like 30 bucks or something like that. And definitely find a clutch that you're comfortable with, whether it's a puck style or a spring loaded clutch. I have a Mcleod Flywheel and Street Extreme clutch, and it holds up pretty well. It's rated for 700 horsepower and torque. I know Mantic is really come out of the box. You know, they're one of the best out there. I believe they just started getting to the Coyote game not too long ago, I believe, but they are expensive, just like the RT and RXT or RST, whatever it is, from Mcleod. So if you're boosted, you definitely want a good clutch, and I went with a good clutch because I'm going to be in the future putting down some power in this car, so that's what I did. So just make sure those are the main parts, you know, stick with. So another thing you should definitely invest in, so the different header companies have clearance issues or something like that. Kooks Headers, I know, is very clean. I've been under a car, seen it in person with Kooks Headers. I run the BBKs. Now, I didn't have a problem with the BBKs because the BBK were one of the very first, I to believe, to develop a header for the Coyote swap. So some work with tubular K members, some don't, but you will have to custom fab a catback, or if you're just running dumps, you shouldn't have a problem. So that exhaust is another thing that you might have to worry about custom fabbing, but hey, any muffler shop, or if you know what you're doing, you should have a problem. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. Hope this helped a little bit. Maybe some of your questions or whatever, just drop a comment if you have another question or whatever, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a good one.